Now, I think the government should really smile at the fact that there is such an involvement of so many different cross-section of people, and especially the youth. And instead of looking at it as going on the back foot and going into negotiation, I appreciate the legal problems involved. In fact, the government is right in a few things they're saying on the legal issues involved, which I'd be glad to dilate if you would want me to say it. But the point is, these are not insurmountable issues. This is a unique situation. It's a unique situation where in 1 year you've had about 6 or 7 scams amounting to thousands of crores.
Yes.
In our past history with all the corruption, we haven't had it. So this is a unique situation. I think the government should also feel very, very happy. Parliament, after all, represents the people. They should be happy that the people of India, and especially the youth of India, are reacting like this in a peaceful, democratic manner. And I think that is very telling, very encouraging, and like I said, I don't see it as a culmination.
Exactly
whatever is decided today is not a culmination, it's a beginning, it's an awakening.
No, but how is that exactly what you said? You know, the fact is...
How is it different from what I said?
Fact is tonight, not fact is tonight.
I've just said that I'm proud that the youngsters are getting up and fighting.
I would explain how I'm saying it. Is this constant niggling, the constant, it is coming out, let me tell you something. It is coming out, the perception which is coming out is that government is busy negotiating and haggling. That is not the vision which should have come out. It should have come out as the government is listening, is considering, and is trying to work out the best possible means, not of government versus, but the best possible means of dealing with this whole issue. But why is the perception coming out as the government is sitting on the other side of a negotiating table? Which I do not think.
I said this
is the way
earlier,
the
just
whole
if
message
you had
has come
heard
out.
me speak on this, excuse me, if you had heard me speak a little earlier, I don't know if you were there or you joined in late, but this is precisely what I said. I said we are not on the other side of the table. We are on the same side.
Madam, I am saying
we are
the
working as
perception is
instruments
that
of
you
democracy.
are.
We are going in it together.
The perception is that you
There is
are,
no
and that's
ego
because
in
of the
this.
prolonged negotiations, the prolonged discussions, the prolonged talking about the crossing of the T's and dotting of the I's. That is the perception. You may very well be right, and
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
hello,
that I started off
that
by
is a
saying,
legal
I do
procedure.
not
You
want
have
to
to-
attribute
you have
to the
to apply.
government that the government intends to go on the opposite
No,
side
but
of the
it is the,
table.
it is the,
But
this
by
perception has been
prolonged
fueled.
negotiation process
This perception, I want to
has
get...
It's unfortunate if that is the perception, but that is not the truth.
No, but the perception has been fueled by some of the comments and positions of several ministers and people in the Congress party. You know, Abhishek Manu Singhvi said a precedent cannot be set by conceding, look at the word here, conceding to the unreasonable demands made by the other camp. I mean, they're talking camps. I didn't say camp. They say the other camp. And having a panel under civil society, as if civil society is a terrible menace that exists.
Hello.
You know,
Arnab,
this
please
is the
don't say all
language
this.
that has been used.
Exaggerating
till-
this.
I am reading
we
out from what has been said.
We
I'm
are
not
as much
exaggerating.
part of civil society.
Sure, that's why I'm worried that this kind of a response that's come in. The other camp, unreasonable demands, civil society, and civil society is some part of the Jurassic era.
I'm
and
not sitting and accounting for someone else.
well, that's been
Let
said.
me say what
has
I'm
been
saying.
listening on.
I've said it right off the bat. I said it that I'm,
Okay, one more voice.
I'm so proud. After a long time, I'm seeing this kind of activity which I had taken part in college, and I'm so thrilled that
I
the
get a,
youngsters are standing up.
let me
I
get
think
Abhay
it's
Aima in.
fantastic
Abhay Aima,
that we are
Renuka Chaudhary says...
Arnab, another thing I want to tell you. The corruption is not particular or unique to us. And it is only in India that we can work like this. That we are working together and we are doing it right. Don't run down every attempt that is being made just because it's government. Government is by the people and it's for the people.
Question. If you are on the same side, why hasn't this Jan Lokpal bill being drafted? Why haven't you set up a notified committee to sit and discuss? There are parts of this bill of the draft which are inalienable, but there are parts of this draft, I'm sure, which can be discussed and we could come upon a common ground. But for that you need to set up a notified committee. We are not going to be taking some assurances where okay, something will be set up.
No, so Kapil Sibal said that government is willing to raise the issue, give an official letter instead of the notified committee.
No, notified committee is a must, I believe, because tomorrow if they say that no, because it's not from a notified committee, therefore we will not take it beyond the certain level. We don't need to.
Okay, I'm getting an Abhay Aima. Renuka Chaudhary says we are all on the same side. What do you think? Are you on her side?
Arnab, politicians are a smart set of people. I think they are smart enough to realize that this is an inflection point. So you have no other choice to be on the same side. Otherwise, I see no reason why it takes a Mr. Anna Hazare to bring forth what has been brought forth. Why the Chief Justice of India has to see how the CBC selection is, or why the CAG report. I mean, these are they are intelligent people, but they are also intelligent enough to realize that the time has come. And to that extent, I would agree with her if she says she is on the same side. Having said that, I must also admit the fact that the two things that have made a difference, which is the RTI
I'm glad
and
that
the Chief Justice we have currently. Let me complete, madam. You had your turn. I know I'm not a politician, but let me speak.
Of course.
And that have come, and this is in your favor. And that have been come through in this government. So credit must be given where it is due. And for all those people that have been hearing, that whether this movement is going to continue or not, there's a very nice concocted Urdu couplet which says, "Iftidaye revolution hai rota hai kya, aage aage dekho hota hai kya."
That's true.
I hope this message gets conveyed to the politicians also.
Okay, Pritish Nandi joins the panel.
Can I convey a message to the youth?
Now, Pritish, just one point. Pritish Nandi joins our panel tonight. Pritish Nandi, you made a very passionate speech today, and you at Jantar Mantar. Congratulations for that. You also told the media, don't try and create canards that there is a division in this movement. Renuka Chaudhary says we are all on the same side. Why is this perception being created that we are not? What would you say?
I'm not convinced. I must say that we are all on the same side. We know, I mean, this is a clear case. We know who the cowboys are and we know who the Red Indians are. We know where the who are the good guys and who are the bad guys. But it is a time, yet, despite knowing that, a time for being able to sit down and see if we can work out terms which work for both sides, because the bad guys need a face saving and the good guys need to win.
You said earlier today that you spent more than 30 years as a journalist and you're seeing something like this after a very long time. I want you to tell me what you felt today when you went to Jantar Mantar. What is the sentiment you felt, and I want you to share that in your impeccable way with all the viewers tonight. What did you sense? What did you feel?
Well, I've done a few things in my life, but the years that I spent as an active journalist were the years I cherished the most. And the reason for that is every morning I woke up and I believed that I could change the world. And every day I went to bed thinking that I made a little difference somewhere. So that's the fun of being a journalist. That's the fun of seeing change. And I came to journalism because I saw the emergency happen, and I saw Jayaprakash Narayan lead a bunch of youngsters and win an impossible battle.
Some people will say those comparisons are dangerous. Some people have written in newspapers that this is all coercive. There's something extremely coercive about what is going on.
You see,
they say this is. Some people have said this is an Anna Hazare show. They've described it as that.
I think that this is, it's very easy. We live in a civilization. We live in times, thanks to social media and many other things. It's very easy with one smart line to destroy the dreams of 1 million people. It is very easy to pass judgment, critical, cynical judgment, again and again and again, and destroy the spirit of India. I think that's why I told the media, the only thing I told the media is, this is a battle for justice.
Yes.
Absolutely. This is a battle for dignity, honor. Stand by us. We don't want anything else. Just stand by us. I'm nobody. I'm nobody in this battle. I went in like any other citizen and spoke my heart out. And I'm sure a lot of people did that. And the point is, this is everybody's battle. It is your battle. It's the battle of everybody out there on the street today.
Will this continue after this?
Absolutely, it has to.
Will it?
I'm 100% sure it has. It has to.
So if there's another scam, my question is this: if there is another scam tomorrow, and after 60 days, the CBI said, sorry, we couldn't find appropriate evidence to charge sheet the person, so we held him, and therefore, he becomes a witness, somebody becomes an approver, the system is complicated, there's a legality, there's judiciary, executive, process, technicality, procedure. That's been used in every...
We are now trying to frame the law. We are trying to help frame the law. Now to get that passed through Parliament will be the next battle.
Yes.
and then to get it enforced.
And Nawaz, after this,
And
will a
every
delay
time.
be accepted?
Definitely
Will
not.
another 43 months be accepted?
Definitely not. See, there's always a time frame. The government of India says if you don't pay the tax on time, it will be doubled in 1 year. We've been waiting for years, man. This is crazy for them to think that. Is it that all the people are crazy and they are absolutely fine, or they are right?
Renuka Chaudhary, are politicians uncomfortable about deadlines being set for them in what is meant to be a participatory
I'm not a
democracy?
journalist and I never had the luxury of going to Wharton or Eton or whatever. But I want to tell you, I still wake
Neither
up
did
every
I.
morning believing I can change this world. I still wake up saying this is my country and I have an ownership about it. And there has to be an inclusiveness in all of this. So I don't know what this martyrdom is
include us
about
in
some
the
people
democracy.
going and addressing and some people who can't address. I still continue to address citizens because this is my nation and I will do it. Whether people,
Chaudhary, be
other
with
people
your
like it or
nation.
some people like it or
Stay
not.
with your nation
The point
now.
of the matter is, we coercion, deadlines, and deadlines are not in a democracy. We work cohesively.
You're saying there is,
No,
okay,
We
there are
work
no deadlines in
inclusively
democracy?
and we
Then there
work
should be no deadline for
rationally.
tax. How about
One
that?
moment. Let me complete. Hello.
Ma'am,
Yeah, one second,
we
yes.
have,
We
have
work collectively
crossed the patience
to
line.
bring about a cohesive law, to bring about a cohesive system that responds to a democracy.
Priti
Now
Shanti, how are you
it's
reading
very
this?
nice to
Only
give
one
deadlines and say this has
Only
to be done
someone
by
in the
this
government
time.
would speak with such hubris. It's unbelievable, such hubris. That, government believes that they decide the time span. They decide what the deadlines
we have
are.
never said
They
that.
decide what the laws
Oh,
are.
lovely. If
They
you want to read
decide who's
meaning
going to
into
frame the
everything we
laws.
say is wrong.
They are going to decide
Everything we
whether
say
the
is
law should be
wrong.
passed.
Everything.
They decide whether the law will be implemented.
never said that
and
we
then
have
they
to decide the
whether
Go ahead.
people should be punished or not.
Okay, have your fun.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
but it's a point.
I believe this entire thing is academic. What are we discussing?
You first, no.
Yes,
after all-
First, I don't complete a sentence.
After all-
Second, it's decided that I have said that we will have the deadline. I never said that. You didn't even wait for me to conclude, and we are labelled as politicians, and we have the right to say.
Why are
Amazing.
Renuka
Because
Chaudhary,
the
why are
tragedy is there's so much cynicism in our society.
Renuka Chaudhary, the debate can be
Now-
very specific. The debate, I must say, can be very specific if
Yeah.
the government responds in a specific way. But whenever say Anna Hazare says, I insist on an official notification from the department of the government, I will reject the government proposal of giving me a letter from the law ministry. If that is, it's as specific as that, and it has been as specific as that for 100 hours, and we are all waiting. It's very specific, but politicians' only response to this has been, oh, you are tarnishing all politicians with a black brush. This is anti-politician sentiment. This is a Twitterati response. The demand is specific, the response is generic, Ms. Chaudhary, with all respect.
I'm not even on Twitter. This is the way we feel, because the actions of politicians have led us to believe this.
Action speaks louder than words.
Of course.
So my question is, Ms. Chaudhary, that
Who is the politician? I want to understand. Who is the politician?
Who?
Who is the politician?
What's
Madam, you're the one who's talking about
Who is the politician? What do you mean by the term politician?
No, Renuka Chaudhary, the politician should deserve and earn the trust of the people.
Absolutely.
Now that is a simple point. So you are there, you have to deserve and earn the trust of the people. Now if those
not
people are
taken
asking you
granted.
in a spontaneous outburst
How do
of
you think you
specific
become a
demand,
politician?
and Raja is free and Kalmadi is free, and that is the context of this, then you cannot look the other way and say that the demand
Raja
itself is
sitting
part of an
behind bars
anti-politician sentiment.
And Kalmadi is facing an inquiry. So I don't see what are you trying to say, that we didn't put Raja behind the bars? How many governments
what
have
about the
done?
bureaucracy?
Tell me. We are the ruling government, we put one of our ministers behind the bars the minute we said, yes, he is corrupt. What is this? There's an inquiry
And the
going on
minister in
that.
charge of discussing the matter with
I'd
Anna
like a
Hazare
clarification on
said
that.
specifically
Is
that
Ms.
there was
Chaudhary
nothing
saying
wrong
that
with
the
the
ruling
2G
party
scam.
put
There was no
Mr.
money
Raja
lost.
behind bars?
I'm sorry. I
Yes,
can't
Aryaman
hear you.
Sundaram
Voices
is
are getting
responding.
Anna, I'd like a clarification on that.
Yes.